So it's official, I'm back. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is 7eLEVIN if this is your first time here. Today I've already kind of gone through my spiel, and y'all already know I've been MIA from YouTube for a few months, probably since about March or April, I'll say. I just had a few things going on. As I said in my last video, I just really wasn't happy where I was at with my life. I had some things going on in my personal life and with my family, and it was a lot for me to deal with at the time, so I was just a little off. I wasn't focused on YouTube, so I just needed to get myself together before I could get back on here and, you know, give so much of my time when I needed to put my time and focus in other places. But I'm back, so y'all can stop fighting me now. For today's video, I kind of contemplated between what I would do as far as looks go. Like, I got some PR and I'm gonna be filming a video on that, but I also had some other videos that I should have filmed months ago that I had been promising people, so I figured, hey, why not start from there, especially with Jordan, because she was gonna fight me. So to keep that from happening, I'm gonna go ahead and film her look using my Melt Smoke Sessions palette, and this is it, y'all. This has become one of my staple palettes, one of my all-time favorites. I don't know if y'all follow me on Instagram, but for those of you who do, I know that you all saw me ranting about Melt a few months ago, that I had gotten a stack from them. Like, this was my very first stack, and it was a blueprint stack. It was limited edition, and I basically was so excited about the stack and got it in the mail, and it was completely crushed. As you all can see, I'll be doing a video on this one later on, but it came completely broken. Like, multiple trays in the stack were broken, and I had to order a new one. I have not just been so pleased with Melt, but because this is like one of my favorite palettes, and this is one that I got that was not damaged, I don't know what happened with that, but this was one of the ones that I did not have a problem with, and I use it faithfully. So I will be creating a look with this palette today, and then I'll also just kind of be going through some spills of what's been going on and what's happening. As y'all can see, my hair is different. I'm getting ready to take it down next week, but I've had it up for like the whole entire summer, like 2 months. So I'll be catching y'all up on that and just all things that have been happening over the past 3-4 months. So yeah, let's get into this look. All right, so just for time purposes, I went ahead and did my brows off camera today. I think I'm just gonna kind of, oh my gosh, y'all, like, my mirror is in here. Didn't know my mirror was in there, but okay, anyway, I'm just gonna do like a demo slash review of this palette, because I never did a review of the Smoke Sessions palette, and I absolutely love it. And like I said, it's one of my favorite palettes, so why not go ahead and just do it if it's the perfect time. Camille Jackson, formerly Camille Dobbins, actually wrote me on Instagram and asked me to do a kind of in-depth eye tutorial. So I told her I would do that in my next video. And I've kind of been taking like ideas from what my Instagram subscribers, well, followers, and some of my friends too have been asking me to film stuff on. So I'm kind of like trying to add it in one by one. And I remember she asked me like literally like 2 days ago, would I do like a step-by-step eye tutorial, and I was like, sure, why not? I'll do it in my next video since I have to film for my eye look anyway. So I'm kind of killing 2 birds with 1 stone. Jordan wanted me to do this look, and it was actually my New Year's look, and I was supposed to have filmed it months ago, like I said, but life was kind of taking over and had me in shambles, so I never got around to it. And I actually like recreated the look again for Carmen's graduation and still didn't film the look. So yeah, after that, that's kind of like when I fell off. So around May, I kind of like stopped doing makeup altogether, but Jordan has been like hounding me about this video and filming this look for her. She's like, I want to see my eye look, I want to see my eye look. And so boom, here it is, I'm about to do it. So yeah, I'm just gonna pull up a picture so that I can see it for myself to make sure I'm doing everything right. Let me show y'all the palette first of all. It's a little messy because, like I said, I have used it, I have dipped into it quite a few times. So as you can see, I use it quite frequently, but it does not have very many transition shades. So what I'm gonna do is go into my Desi x Katy Dose of Colors palette, and y'all know, anybody that follows me on Instagram, y'all know I love Dose of Colors. I have not gotten a product from Dose of Colors that I do not love yet. Lord, keeping my fingers crossed that they do not mess up, but I love Dose of Colors. Like, I stand for them, I live by them. Like, everything that they've made so far has been pure gold. Like, so I'm gonna use this just for my transition shade, and then I'll also be using Dose of Colors as my lippy today. So that'll kind of be like a little, you know, mixed review of that, but mainly we'll be focusing on the Milk Smoke Sessions palette. So I've already based my eyelids, and I'm just gonna go in with some setting powder to completely set my eye look together before I put my shadows on. And I always set with my Beauty Bakery flour powder, and I just kind of take a brush. Look at me making a mess already. Take a brush and I kind of just set that concealer that I did for my base. And I also use for a base P. Louise. I just didn't do it in this look because my P. Louise that I have is pretty light. So when I use it, it kind of, especially with darker colors, it kind of stands out a little more. So I just kind of like using this one over it. Instead, I like using a little concealer. So I'm just going to go in with my transition shade first. And I am actually using Churro. That is this brown color here. And I'm going to use that as my transition. I'm just going to go in with my Sephora blending crease brush. And I'm just going to tap into that color and dust it off. And I'm going to start with my outer corner. And actually, let me... Alright, so I had to drop my seat down a little so I can like zoom in so y'all can really see everything. And oh my god, y'all are getting all of the details in my face. Ignore my acne scars. They're kind of there for me being a light bright. But I'm going in with my transition shade. And I'm just starting on my outer corner and buffing that in. So I can start a nice transition for my shadows. Buffing and blending it out really softly. Not too much, but just enough to get a nice transition started. I always like starting with the brown. It's just easiest for me. It was hard for me to start learning to do my eyeshadow, so I just kind of stick to what I know. And I don't put too much on the brush. Like I said, I just ever so lightly dust it off. And let me turn my light back on. Boom. Nope. Nope. Okay, there we go. And just buffing that in, if y'all can see. Again, you know, 1 or 2 dabs into my color, and I just lightly dust it off. And y'all, I've been trying to come in and do some different filming techniques, just from what I've been seeing off of YouTube and from some of my other favorite YouTubers. And I've kind of like done my setup to where I have one mirror here, one here. My cracked mirror, I'm gonna have bad look. I have to replace this. I'm gonna have like forever bad look, but just kind of like playing around with my camera. So ignore me if it looks like I'm not looking at my camera, because I'm looking at the camera and I'm looking at my mirror and kind of going back and forth. Like I said, just trying to get the best setup here. Ooh, done. Next, I'm going to take my Smoke Sessions palette by Milk, and I'm gonna go in with Space Queen. So with Smoke Sessions, let me give y'all just like a rundown of the palette itself. It was a marijuana hemp themed palette, and anybody that knows Milk Cosmetics, the owners are obsessed with like hemp and all things like marijuana. So it was only like time for them to just come out with this palette. And y'all, when it first dropped, it probably came out, let me see, I think if I'm not mistaken, it came out in like, I don't know, March, February. Basically, I got the palette when it dropped, and then like they didn't restock for like months. And when I say months, it was like it came out last year, but they didn't restock for like 6 or 7 months. And it was like if you didn't get the palette, you had just missed out on it. And then when they did the restock, it like sold out in like an hour, but like it sold out within minutes of it coming out the first time. So I'm so glad I didn't miss out on it. The whole collection came with the eyeshadow palette, lippies. I know it came with a lighter if you bought that, and then a bong. Yeah, I don't smoke, but if that's something that you do, by all means, you know, do what you gotta do, live your life, be responsible, young people. I kind of remember doing like a transition of like 3 colors. So I started with Sour Diesel, which is this brownish olive green color, and then I'm gonna go in with Space Queen to kind of deepen it just a little bit. So I go in with these 2 first, and I just blend them starting on the outer, and I make sure I dust all the excess off, but kind of just going in right above that transition. I have intentions on filming over the summertime, but again, I just got busy and I was not in a place where I really thought that I was ready to film, even though I said that I was. I went to Essence Festival with my best friend for her bridal trip, and y'all, it was amazing. Like, Essence is bomb. If you've never been to Essence Festival, I say you have to go at least once. Like, everybody should at least experience Essence Festival one time. It was amazing. It was a little pricey, but we bought our tickets ahead of time and just saved up for the trip overall. But we went, and you know, Essence Festival is doing 4th of July weekend, so we went down there. We got an Airbnb and rented a car, and we just had a great time. She's getting married in now 10 days. We're 10 days away from her getting married. Shout out to Jalan. But we went to Essence Festival, y'all. We saw a bunch of celebrities. I met Lala. We stood in these super long lines, which it was totally worth it. Like, we got a whole bunch of free products, and like, I planned on like doing a video of like my haul from Essence Festival, but then that didn't happen. As you can see, I got my hair done. Got my hair done for Essence for the whole summer, and Rhonda actually did her thing on my hair. Actually, let me like scoot down. Just, oh, you can't see it. Boop, boop, boop. Back up. Rhonda clowned on the micro faux locks. She did her thing. I would never let anyone else do my faux locks ever, period. But if you need someone to do faux locks in Birmingham, Rhonda Allen is the go-to, and I will tag her name in the description box below. I would tag it in my video, but because I'm super close up, it looks weird. So just going in with that transition shade and filling that in. Now that I've gone in with Sour Diesel and blended that in, I'm gonna dip into Space Queen, which is the dark forest green here next to Sour Diesel, and I'm just gonna blend that on top of Sour Diesel just a little bit though, to add a little more depth and definition into that crease. Just a little bit, not too much, because I don't want it to overpower the Sour Diesel. I still want you to see it, but I'm just taking it and dusting it right there into that crease. I have blended those in, and what I'm going to do next is I'm actually going to cut my crease, and I'm going to take my Sigma E21 brush to go in and cut my crease, and I'm using my Kat Von D Lock It concealer in the shade in M27 Warm, and I'm just going to put a little dab of that on the back of my hand, and I'm going to take that brush so I can just cut my crease right here. It was actually supposed to be like a partial like halo, but I'm not like super advanced on the halo just yet, so I'm just gonna go for whatever. Okay, and I'm just cutting my crease with my concealer so we can see some definition. And I always look up to kind of help with cutting my crease. I'm honestly tired of eye looks with cutting the crease, because in the beauty industry where it's like if you don't cut the crease you don't know how to do makeup, like, and it's super aggravating and annoying. Sometimes I just slap the eyeshadow up there. As long as it's blended out to me, I'm not gonna sit up there and drag you for not knowing how to cut a crease, because I just learned how to do it myself. So this one is going a lot better. Like, I always have that one eye where I can do something way better than I do it on my first one. Just gonna take a little bit of Sour Diesel and then also just blend it out on the end just a little bit into my concealer, just blending it so that it all blends right together. And now I'm going to go in with my, let's see here, it's just called an eyeshadow brush, but it's another Sephora brush that I got, and I'm going to dip into Gravity OG, this yellow color on the end here, and I'm going to put that all over my lid. All of the shades are named after different strands of marijuana, and you can see the little hemp leaf like right on the eyeshadow. I've been trying not to like touch it because I just like it so much. I probably am gonna order another one just to have, but we'll get around to that. Usually leave a little space for Blue Dream because that's gonna go in my inner corner. It's gonna just place Gravity OG on the outside, go right over the top here, and I'm going to pat Gravity OG onto the lid. I'm not going to blend it out, but just pack it on so that the colors just kind of sit there, and then I'll go back and blend it. But I'm just packing it on with my flat eyeshadow brush. And y'all, with milk colors like blend seamlessly. Like I never have a problem with the colors or the pigment showing up. Like literally I can just dip into it and I know they're gonna clock in. Like never have to worry about them. I didn't even have to spray my eyeshadow brush in order to get the color to show up on the brush. Like actually dip back into Space Queen like I mentioned with my crease brush, and I'm going to just blend those two in together on the outer corner there. And I'm actually going to take my E21 brush and I'm going to dip into Space Queen with a smaller brush so I can get into these corners and just pat that color in before I blend it in, because I don't want to use my crease brush and it's too big and then the colors end up being everywhere, and I just don't want to do that. So I'm taking it up on top of my Gravity OG and I'm just patting that in a little more. And this is kind of like my cheat halo look, so yeah, that's how I do it. I kind of just go in and cut the crease and then blend it that way. I don't know if that's gonna get me like famous in the makeup industry for me to like meet Jackie Aina, but if it will, doing whatever I gotta do by all means necessary. Make sure y'all tag her in this video. Actually, please tag her down below so that she knows I want to meet her. I want to be her protege. Y'all, I love me some Jackie Aina. I love her. Love her. Desi, Katy, Sarah, y'all, I love Karen. Just tag them all below. Tag them in my video because I need them to see this. I need them to see this, okay? Help me help you. Share the wealth, y'all, okay? We are almost finished with the eye look. I forgot that I actually used like one more tiny little palette. It's my KKW palette. Totally forgot that I used it for the blue on my waterline. So we're going to dip into the KKW palette too, just for the brighter blue, because that's the brightest one that I have. I'm going to dip into Blue Dream here on the end. This is the lightest green shade and we're going to use that for our inner highlight corner. So I'm just going to dip into that, and that's why I left some room for that concealer there to just kind of go in and pack that green. Y'all, look, that is wow, out of this world. So I'm just using that in my inner corner here, just packing that on. Like I said, I love Jackie Aina, so I really got the inner corner highlight thing from her, and boom, there we have it. This is the KKW and Mario palette. I'm gonna dip into that royal blue color right here, just for my bottom waterline. So I'm taking that and I'm just smoking that out like so, right into my waterline. Okay, so now that I have my eye look completed, I'm going to start working on my skincare, and this is the reason why I go ahead and do my eyes first, because then if I have like any little bits of fallout, I don't have to worry about it getting on my base and like just ruining the whole thing, because once eyeshadow gets like all in it, y'all, it's terrible. Moving forward, and we are going to go in using our NARS Sheer Glow foundation, and I am this shade Aruba, and that is the medium 6. They have this at Sephora and it retails for about $47 if I'm not mistaken. I've already washed, moisturized, and I'm about to prime my face right now. I have found that using NARS primer with NARS foundations work a lot better than trying to use a NARS foundation with a different type of primer. So I don't mix them, I just let them stay together and we just stay within that family. And I really like this primer. It is the Pore and Shine Control Primer, and y'all, it is like velvet, honestly, and it smells like really good. It has like a citrusy type of scent to it. I'm going to start off, now that I've primed my skin, with one pump, and we'll see how far we go with that. And I'm just going to dab that in all over. With my Pro Diffuser foundation brush, I'm just going to buff that into my skin. And with the NARS Sheer Glow, it's really like a medium to full coverage foundation now that we have done our base, and we're going to highlight and contour. And I'm just gonna highlight right up under my eye, and I just like to take a little dot out and then right down the base of my nose. Just gonna take the butt of my beauty blender and I'm gonna start blending my chin in first, and I'm just blending out that highlighter. And usually this is why I say I go back in with my eyeshadow after I blend out my highlighter, because after I blend, I'm gonna kind of blend like right into my waterline just a little bit. So I take that blue color and just deepen it up a little bit where I kind of would have messed it up with my highlight. Went ahead and blended out my highlight, and I'm just going to go in and contour just a little bit. While I'm actually contouring, I can go ahead and set my concealer with my Beauty Bakery Flour Powder. I'll go ahead and contour the rest of my face, and I just like to press my powder right in, right where I kind of contoured it at on the sides of my nose, just a little, and where I also highlighted. So right down the middle of my nose, on my chin, my forehead. I don't want to do a cream contour today, but I'm going to take my contour brush and I'm going to contour my face just a little bit. And make sure I cut that contour. And I just let that bake for like a minute or so. So now I'm just going in and wiping off the excess of my highlighting powder. And I just kind of go in a circle. And under my eyes, I just kind of sweep it right from up under my eyes. And that is it. I bronze a little with Tarte Hotel Airs bronzer just to give me some added warmth. And then I'm gonna take my KKW palette once more, and I'm going to go underneath my waterline one more time in Albanian to just deepen where I probably wiped off some of that color from my highlighting powder, and just deepen that royal blue a little more now that it's kind of gotten set. For my blush, I'm going to use my also favorite Peachy Love Blush Trio. I just swirl them just a little bit, and I go in and just add some color to my cheekbones. I love a peach blush. I take my setting spray before. I always do my setting spray before my highlight, so and I just wait for it to dry. And I think I want to use, since we got a yellow eye look going on, I really think I'm going to skip out on my Marc Jacobs Omega Glaze highlighter today. Y'all know this is my like all-time favorite next to Trophy Wife, but I think I'm going to go ahead and dip into Trophy Wife and lightly dust it. You have to be really light with Trophy Wife because she's so yellow. You don't want it to overpower your look. So I just kind of lightly dust her on. I went ahead and applied the lash glue to my false lashes, and I'm going to apply mascara to my real lashes while I'm waiting on the lash glue to dry. And I'm using the NARS Climax Mascara, and y'all, I love this mascara. Y'all know I love like all things NARS. It's very rare that they have something that I don't really like. Scratch that. There's nothing that NARS has made that I've tried that I have not liked. So yeah, nonetheless, I love NARS products. So I'm just going in and adding mascara to my lashes. And some people don't like to add mascara before they apply their lashes. Sometimes they like to do it afterwards, but I need my lashes to be spaced out and I need to be able to see them beforehand. When I apply my lashes, I kind of just go in with my tweezers and I'm looking directly at them. Some people like to look up, some people like to look down, but the more I started applying them, the less I was having to do that. And this is Lily Lashes, the faux collection. This is actually in the style of Christian. Pop that one right on top. And boop, that's it. And I'm going to line my lips with the BFF number 3 liner in Colourpop, just a brown liner. It's a little, and then we're going to use our Dose of Colors. Again, y'all know I love Dose. So my Dose of Colors Mickey Mouse collection. This is in the color One and Only. Y'all, this is probably like my favorite nude lip. And I'm just going to go in the center right there. That is it. So this is the finished look. Let me know what you all think in the comments down below. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Hit that subscribe button. Turn the notifications on so you don't miss any of my new posts. Like I said, y'all, I'm back and I'm ready to work. I missed you all so much. And thank you to everyone that was being patient with me. Jordan, I hope you're happy now, so you can stop fighting me about this look. So I think I've done everything that everybody's asked me so far this week. Camille asked me to do an in-depth eyeshadow look. Jordan asked me to do this overall makeup look all together. And then everybody else just asked me to film. So I think I killed like 3 birds with 1 stone. So y'all ought to be happy with me. Just for the time being, I'll be back tomorrow filming again. Like I said, hit that subscribe button. I love y'all. I don't want you all to miss out on any of my videos. Thank you so much for all of the support I've been getting so far. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell their friend to subscribe to my channel, and we will see you in the next video.